Hi, I'm Amanda Sosa. I'm a first generation student, and this is my end of year project. So first is my knowledge and professional development. So the first organization I joined here at TSA was the Student Poetry Society. So basically, we meet once or twice a week, and we either analyze and discuss a poem we were assigned to the last meeting, or we share some of our own poems. I personally really enjoy sharing my own personal poems, not only because it's like an outlet for me, I get to express how I feel and my emotions in a safe place, but it's helped me a lot with my public speaking skills because I am not naturally good at talking in public. And at the beginning of the year, I was really hesitant to start sharing my poems, but as the year went on and I started doing it more and more, I kind of just became comfortable with talking, so I really do enjoy it. Next is the American Institute of Chemical Engineering. So for this, we meet 3 to 4 times a month. And the general meetings basically are either companies or chemical engineers who are currently in the field. And they talk to us, they take us to like what we need to do, get internships, answer questions for us. Also, I got a research opportunity due to this organization, and I'm really excited for it. And we get, but what I like the most is that I get to talk to upper classmen who are in the chemical engineering field, and they give me a lot of insight, and they help me with my homework and stuff. What it leads me to my next topic. I did change my major from chemical engineering to microbiology and community. Um, I'm the type of person who, if she says I'm going to do something, I have to do it. So I was really adamant not to change my major. But I talked to upperclassmen. I went to my classes and I realized I didn't enjoy it. I was not interested to me. It was quite boring, honestly. And then, but I did some research. I talked to my academic advisors, to upperclassmen, to my professors, and I realized that maybe the medical field was better for me. And I'm also doing pre-med with my microbiology. This is the thing that's taken most of my time this year. Is my ethics project, which is a class I have to take for engineering. So basically, this is an animatronic face with motion sensors, voice recording, and 5 motors with like eyes. I've spent about 12 hours a week working on this every like week. It's not ready yet, but we do have a competition May 1st, and I'm really excited for it. So right now it's looking like the last picture, but we are trying to make like an art statement, so we're still building on. Then for service, I did not do a lot of service this year, and I'm really kind of ashamed of that, but I do plan on changing that next year. I do volunteer every other week, Mondays and Fridays at the Waterbury Resource Room. I really like it because not only do I get to help people, but I've made friends through that, and I'm not really the type to make friends, so it was a really great opportunity. Also, I also got to talk to a lot of people, which is pretty nice. For SMART goals, this were my SMART goals this year was join at least one organization, which I did. Obtain A's and B's in all my classes. That was a little shaky my first semester, but I'm getting back to it. And then the last one, find a leadership opportunity. For this, I talked to one of my professors from my chemical engineering classes, and even though I'm changing majors, he's allowing me to continue on the research, and I'm really excited for it because he's basically researching the side effects of ejecting CO2 or carbon dioxide into the ground, because that's what a lot of companies are doing right now, and they don't really know the consequences of side effects it's having. I'm really, really excited. So memorable moments. I went to the beach with my friends, went to some, I don't really remember, but it was really fun. And then summer plans. I do plan on taking summer classes in my community college. I'm taking organic chemistry and genetics during summer. And I'm also working, I have a job interview as an EMT. And that's about it.
Thank you, Amanda. This has been an interesting time getting to know you, and I just want to advise you and recommend that you continue to push forward in all your pursuits. Definitely continue to put yourself out there and make these connections that you're already showcasing in this presentation and build on them where possible, because I think that's going to take you very far. Regarding change of majors, I feel like it's such a commonality that happens among so many scholars and among so many students in general. And so that discovery is part of, I think, what makes a first year in college really, really exceptional. My advice to you is just continue to move forward and plan ahead. My supervisor always tells me anytime we have a challenge or some perception of something in the way or something that isn't quite working in our favor at that time, whatever you do, things have to push forward. So keep that in mind and then just finish the semester strong. And we look forward to hearing more from you. Anyone else?
Okay, because I just wasn't sure.
No, not in the chat.
Okay. I just want to tell you something. You mentioned that you felt like you were ashamed because of your lack of service that you had this year, but let me tell you, it's okay to kind of slack off in 1 year. When I was a freshman, I'm a senior now. I didn't do too much service-oriented stuff. I think I was focusing more on professional development. So don't shame yourself and feel bad about that, because it happens. And I think once you kind of grow and figure out, your passions, especially because you said that you're switching to microbiome and trying to do pre-med, you can always join like the medical association that they have here on campus. And they're very service oriented. And if you end up finding that that's what you like, then that's great, but don't beat yourself down because it's your first year. I'm a first gen student too. So it's a lot of adapting, a lot of growing, and you have 3 years left. And it sounds like I really like the animatronic face thing. That to me, like, it reminded me of Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought it was so pretty cool. So I do like that you're still trying to keep your roots with chemical engineering in that aspect.
I think you're on the right path. It seems like you had a pretty good first year to me. You kind of figured out what you wanted and what you didn't want. And everything else will like fall into place as long as you keep like working hard and keep walking towards your goals. And I hope you can accomplish everything that you want to accomplish in the next 3 years.
I had some comments and then questions. I know at the beginning you said that you're a little bit uncomfortable with public speaking. With your presentation, I couldn't tell at all. Thought you were very articulate. You did a really great job. Secondly, you said you were like ashamed for your lack of service, and then you said you go every other week, I think. To me, that's really consistent, to be honest with you. And it's your own journey, so don't compare yourself to anybody else. Do what's best for you, and I'm glad that you have had, the ability to self-reflect and think, yeah, this major that I thought I wanted to do, I actually don't want to do it. Some people don't have the courage to do that because change can be hard. I know, just me personally, I think I changed my major. I changed and added a major like 3 times my first year. So it's normal. And then a question would be, what have you enjoyed most about UTSA? And I guess the second part of that is, what are you looking forward to next year?
I think what I enjoyed the most was meeting new people, because I'm not really like the outgoing type, but I've met some really good friends and I'm really like glad for that. And as for what I'm most excited next semester or next year is probably the research opportunity I got with my professor. Because I really do enjoy like chemistry. It was just chemical engineering, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. It's a pleasure hearing from
Yeah,
you.
you did a great job.